There are so many people out there who are studying openings instead of learning how to win the game. In other words, if you are studying the London or any opening variation, how much will that really reward you toward winning a game versus learning specific strategic methods, maneuvers, plays, or honing your endgame skills toward pocketing further points and thereby gaining rating points? Our goal is that everyone should have an opportunity to become a better player. That is far more important than any individual win for rating points, because honestly, when you are a certain strength, the rating points just come and go. If you have a bad day, your rating returns to your true strength on the very next day. So there's no reason, absolutely no reason for anyone to be fretting over rating points or anyone getting help on any particular move when this is meant purely and entirely for training for actual real life events. You have to start at the beginning. Basically, you're going for a good day, grasshoppers. We're starting with the world champion, William Steinitz. It looks like we have King Bishop, Queen, real IQ 86. All right, well, I'll trust you on that one. We're not going to do too much here. Oh, they're only playing D6. That's fine. Nothing too serious. Nothing too serious at all. We're not in this to be greedy. All in all, very normal. And that one, huh? Fine. Probably could have played E5. Curiouser and curiouser. But now that we have made it, looks like we made it. And now what? Let's just give him a tickle. Show him some love. Trying to decide on how, where, when we're going to bother the daylights out of him. And now, Bishop C4, Knight F3, Queen F2. I feel like this is the right way to go about it, to be totally honest. Not gonna lie. We need some tunes. That's what's missing. Let's see if that starts the operation moving. Interesting. Fair enough. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if this is the love you've been waiting for. Not quite the love you've been waiting for. It may not go much farther than this. Unless he wants it to be instructive. The real IQ. Thank you all for being here. KB05. Namaste.
Kingslayer Sloan
said, Steinitz is the man.
Steinitz was the man. Steinitz was the man. What is going on here? I can't see my chat box. Rogan, how are you, Mun? Alright, KB05. Check out the amazing power of chess and format. This is not necessarily the example that I'm trying to set, but we're hoping to. Alright, now what am I playing here as black?
Sloan
Said, May 14th.
Kingslayer Sloan
Indeed.
Said, in May 15th.
It is also my ex-wife's birthday.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
Hi, John.
Good morning, Richie. How are you, bud? Let's keep piling on the pressure. Ooh, ouch, ouch,
Arsenal
ouch.
fan Ricky.
Said.
Not great. How about yourself?
I'm sorry to hear that, man. I am sorry to hear that. That doesn't sound great. We have more where that came from, unfortunately. And more where that came from. Whoops. Ye gods, folks. Can I just get out of Dodge here? Am I in trouble? Or do I want to cause other trouble? I don't see anything too bad happening here. Might even get a discovery out of the deal. Oh, he didn't even go for it. Queen to g5. I was going to play e4. There's a problem with this addition here.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
I thought it was ironic that this is supposed to be Mental Health Awareness Week, but everyone treats everyone else like garbage and online chess is a cesspit. I think I probably made a mistake returning to playing.
I'm so sorry to hear that, man. Last night I played a 2-hour hourly rapid arena waiting for a student who may or may not have made it because it was their father's birthday. And I'm drawing a blank on the father's name, so I couldn't actually message them and ask / wish him a happy birthday because I was just completely drawing a blank. So it was a tough one. So while I'm waiting, I'm playing in the rapid hourly arena, which is 2 hours long. And I finally get to the final game. I started a little late on that rapid arena. I finally get to the last game, and then I have a totally destroying position, and I'm winning the game. 3 minutes to go in the arena, and the guy sits out the 3 minutes like a chess.com player, hoping that his game will be aborted at the end, right? He sits out the whole time. Charlie Maine. Charlie, as in, sorry,
Arsenal
Charlie
fan
with an
Ricky.
IE.
Said.
Pathetic.
I know, and so I end up in third place behind 231 pointers or so with, I think maybe I had 31 points and maybe they had 32 each. But it would have been a streak point as well for me. Nobody could catch me. But it was pretty sad. 2 hours worth of work. I never get to play chess off stream. Hardly ever get to play chess off of stream. So as a result, then I noticed the next one is at 10 p.m. for us, 8 minutes plus 2 seconds, which is like a godsend. Crazy good. So of course I reported him and blocked him, but then I had to play him in the next arena, the 8 minute plus 2 seconds arena. I was like, what good is the blocking if you can't keep you from playing an annoying fellow who should be at least suspended from tournaments?
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
Literally.
I think there should be a second button when you have to report them for abuse twice. So yes, I am flying to Austin, Texas today. I do need to find, let's see here, coaches, classes.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
It should adjust matchmaking to remove blocked players.
All I really need is for one of these wallpapers that I have here. London Eye at night, Vegas, Rome, desert. I need to add Austin and Baltimore here. I should add Baltimore. Let me just, I'm sorry, let me add Baltimore here just in case I need it in the near future. Background. Control A, Control C. Edit this classroom for just a moment. Oops, meant to say Baltimore. What is this?
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
Speaking of cesspit, you added Baltimore nice.
Well, I've spent. I'll probably never get back there again. Make a lead chess team for this class. Oh, that is very cool. That is very cool. I can make a lead chess team for an individual class. That's very, very cool. So now I need to just go to this one. Let's resume our arena while I'm looking for Austin, Texas. I'll be in Austin, Texas tonight. I don't know how I'm arranging my lessons around it at all. Ah, the real IQ. For whatever reason, he does not control the center. Should I try bishop d3? Let's go with a little bit of a different pace here because he might learn his lesson. Can I go in this direction? Let's go in this direction. I hope it's not just some misdirection. We're going to go in this direction. Make a real gambit out of it. Out of it. More where that came from.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
Nice harmony.
Trying. For some reason, I don't think I'm getting there. Oops. This could be bad. This could be bad, folks. Very bad. We're really risking it now. We need more pawns, more pawns, more pawns. How bad it could it be? It could be pretty bad. We have two outside passed pawns, at the very least, that I should be thankful for. Where are you going, sir? Interesting. Oh no! This could be awkward. Very awkward. You know how you see those moves right after you move
Arsenal
them?
fan Ricky.
Said.
Oops.
Yes, we see those right after you move them. So the Austin State
Arsenal
Capitol
fan Ricky.
building I had used before.
Said.
Maybe just be 3 instead of going berserk.
I know, never ever berserk. All right, real IQ. And I had a number of Smith-Morra guys. I don't think I lost to the Smith-Morra. Oh, did I lose to the Smith-Morra? No, not even the main line. I accidentally played knight f6 and allowed a e5, and I still won that game. I don't think that was Charlie Main, though. Do we get a real guy? We're experimenting with this just a little bit. It seems to be causing Carissa Yip so much beans. It's just
Arsenal fan
insane.
Ricky.
Said.
Apparently you can allow e5. It's not winning on the spot, just uncomfortable.
Interesting. In the main line with knight takes c6, b takes c6, e5. Oh no, sir. There's a slight problem with this calculation. The addition and subtraction on these. Attackers and
Arsenal fan
defenders.
Ricky.
Said.
Oh, I am not sure after nxc6 that doesn't sound good.
That is the main line, I think. Gary Kasparov plays it, right? It's in the 6th move. Knight takes c6, b takes c6, e5, knight to d5, knight to f4. Queen to c7, f4. Do I want to just simplify, or don't I? Let's see if he's
Arsenal
willing
fan
to
Ricky.
trade.
Said.
Sorry, you confused me. You said the Mora.
Oh, I apologize. And now we are no longer up. Oh no, I lost my piece back? It's only an exchange now? It's only an exchange now. I lost my rook back. How annoying. I was asleep at the wheel there. All I had to do was just move. Just move, John. We want that one first. We will revisit this later. Let's see if the knight has a square. Let's see if the knight has a square. No, you're right. So I played... No, e5 is crushing in that line of the Mora. We will have time to look at it after this tournament. Or maybe we'll have time to look at it now. So yeah, I almost, I got very a little despondent. If I would have been on stream, it would have been very uncharacteristic of me. Because I was thinking ahead and calculating and thinking about lines. So let's roll over to the games. These are all rapid games. So this is actually quite fast. So yeah, I gained a little bit of a boatload of rating points yesterday. Went up to 2064, which is still 400 points below where I want to be. 400 points or more where I want to be. Where do I see the games? Oh, there it is. View the games. So in any event, Indian Defense, yada, yada, yada. French Open. There it was. Yeah, this is the bozo. Oh, no, I drew this game. I guess I should be happy that I drew this game. But no. Oh, no, this isn't it. That's not a Smith Mora. What a jettison label that was. Ah, was it here? Oh, and it was against a good player, too. He was actually much higher than 2119. He was 2126. And I should have showed him some respect. So here we go. The number one move that you should never, ever play against the Smith Mora. And this is it. Knight f6. I would love to give it double question marks, but I had to dig in deep, and I managed to somehow survive after this. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And in for a penny, in for a pound. I should have probably tried to go back somewhere else. No, I don't think I have anywhere else. My original intention was to move forward, believe it or not. So now how to survive? Well, I'm looking at all the dangers. I'm getting completely waxed in a variety of locations. Coming soon to getting waxed near you. So I decided to just barnacle. Cross my fingers. Counterattack. I'm lucky I have g6. In any event, everything seems to be working out. I'm not critiquing here, but this is a strong player. And then I think I took the wrong pawn. I probably should just play queen takes d6 here, and I'm completely winning. Right? Gotta be completely winning. Maybe there's knight to b5. I don't know. But then I pick it off nice and slow. So I chose this move to avoid any knight to b5 shenanigans. And it pays off a little bit, because then I get this move followed by queen to e5, knight d4, and of course my opponent collapses. And that was the end of that. That's all, folks. One of the worst games I've ever played. But honestly, black is better. Much, much better in this position if I just play a6. Sorry, I was thinking about when I mentioned e5 against e5 as a line. I was thinking of the four knight Sicilian, obviously. So here, a6 to me is just better. e6 is also very good. Now there are this weekend, the problem with coaching at a weekend event is that sometimes the coaches are not aligned on openings.
Arsenal fan.
IVE played BD7, I think.
Arsenal
Yeah, I like
fan
that.
Ricky.
Said. Which is okay.
You know what? e6 is theoretically better, but I don't think so. I think e6 is harder to play.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said. ILL try find the game.
Nice.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said. Was against Thomas Freinson.
You really outed that poor fellow. Poor Thomas, the Smith Mora player, Freinson. So as it turns out, let's see, my wallpaper. Let's finish the job on the wallpaper. Copy image. I must have a better Austin wallpaper than this. Background. I've used this one. Oops.
Said. I love Thomas, lovely bloke, but was interesting cause I was trying to find it as we went seemed a decent anti-prep novelty.
Where is... Oh no, don't tell me I closed it. Right after I copied the... We'll just do it this way. Control-Shift-T.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Nope.
Said. https lichess org 3
Aha.
zrs 98 kp11.
Let's stay true to this one for a moment. Learn. Classes. Oh, I didn't get there. Real IQ is back. Should we do a D6 Sicilian? He seems to be fudging around with the main line a bit. I could enjoy this with the d6 Sicilian. We'll see what we get. The Sam Shanklin repertoire for black.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
Classical, very trendy.
Is it? Where do you think you're going, and what does it all mean? Where do you think you're going, and what does it all mean?
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
That's one of the reasons I've been booking up on Sozin is because several of the strongest players in my county are playing classical. I guess they all chessable nerds.
Well, I don't know if the classical is so much of a... Do I have to be concerned about this? Just in case. Justin. Let's keep an eye on that e5 square just in case.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
2 or 3 years ago, I probably only faced it 1 out of every 50 Sicilians.
Really? Oh, is this a
Arsenal
bad
fan
thing?
Ricky.
Said.
No word of a lie.
Let's go and try to trap his queen, why don't we? Interesting. It's getting better all the time. I think that the classical has been eternal, to tell you the truth. It's just eternal. Do I need to worry about this? Bishop takes, pawn takes, rook takes. I want more weaknesses. Go away. Do I have to worry? What, me worry? Now what are you doing? I don't know, buddy. Do I want to go there? Oh, I forgot that it's bullet. I did. I forgot that it's bullet.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
There is increment though.
Thank you for reminding me, yes. I do plan on doing a little bit more training. Salakai. All right, Dudovich. No pawn mate here. No pawn mate.
Arsenal
right.
fan Ricky.
said.
Perhaps, Paul, it may be an effort to get people out of theory, as bishop's opening can transpose into many different things.
I do like the King's Gambit decline that comes out of... Oh, I found it. Control X. Let's try that. This time I definitely have the background. There we go. It's a... It's a feature, that's for sure.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
The telescope.
Very pretty.
The telescope at the University of Texas at Austin. I need a high-res link. I'm going to go look for it now. Austin wallpaper. Oh yeah, I have used the skyline. 101 stunning Austin
fan
pictures.
Ricky.
Said.
Austin wallpaper sounds like a wrestler.
He wallpapers his opponents. Just like lays them out.
Arsenal fan
For those
Ricky.
who've never...
Said.
Yes, he
pastes
pastes
them.
them. For those who have never actually had to wallpaper themselves, I think there are so many lost arts in the world that I believe that we've all done, or at least seen done, or been in the near vicinity of them having been done, that we know how things are done. Austin, Texas wallpapers. Wallpaper Cave. I forgot about Wallpaper Cave. Close. This one is so annoying. It's not an image. Open image in new tab. Ah, good. This one may do. Control A, Control C. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the... There we go. Now we're flying. Now we're flying over Austin. All right, one last for Tin Long. I have to check my stats on D4 and find out how many D4 games I've actually played. Oh no, sir. So the last time I played against this, I went with the Knight F3, but I'm just going to go with my traditional approach. Try to keep everything defended. And at the same time, get to give our opponent a what's for, a what's what, and a who's who. Do I want to play F4 or do I just want to play solidly? Let's just play solidly. This is only 2 minutes left in the arena. And I may well be... I may well be totally out of line here, but let's see where the knight goes. Could I have waited on this move until the next inning? I don't know. I think I could have waited until the next move. That is going to be short-lived. Oh no, did I do this? It's a little bit of annoyance. A little bit of an annoyance. I don't know what you're thinking about here. What could you possibly be thinking about, sir? My queen is truly trapped. I don't have much choice in the matter at all. What is he thinking here? Maybe he thought he could run. G4. Knight takes D4 in here. Now I have to play I have to play
Arsenal fan
D5
Ricky.
first.
Said.
Think I am gonna stream tonight.
Nice. That's very cool. I don't want that to happen. Or that to happen. Here a check, there a check, everywhere a check, check. Let's go for the very straightforward. Getting my rooks in here. That is what it's all about. Can I do this? I think I have to do this first. This is going to leave a mark.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
Ouch.
I'm afraid. Empty hearts and neon signs. Whoa. Let's give him a little bit of love here. That did not quite do it there, it seems. It was...
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
Wow, real IQ.
QE4 is accurate, very nice.
I was debating whether or not I could play it on the previous move and then play A6. A4 check. You know me, I'm always looking for a pawn mate. Alright, where is that link? There it is. Copy. Put it over this wallpaper cave for the moment. Actually, I'm going to keep the wallpaper cave.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
Grats to Realik for second place.
Real IQ, he actually got first place. I always say I am just part of the furniture. I think I lost a boatload of rating
Player
points,
slow.
right?
Said. John beating up 1600 S wow.
Yep. Somebody's got to do it. That is our living as streamers, you know? But beating up 1600s in the comfort of a rated environment. Imagine that you don't have that on the other platform. On the other platform, streamers don't even dare sticking their neck out against their customer base. For reasons we all know.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
Nice to have opportunity to face masters frequently.
Oh, this is yours. Yes. I need to put it in a study. Where is my viewers volume? What time is it? 6:59. I also have to get the... going
Kingslayer
into-
Sloan.
Said. Nanometer stands for what?
Kingslayer Sloan.
Never mind.
Said. Not much.
Never mind. If you don't know what NM means, never mind.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
You have to be a tournament player, an actual tournament player, to understand. Hold on, let's get the other one going, the rapid. Let's do the advertisement for this. Control C. Message all members.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
They don't he just give those titles away, Rogan.
They don't. You actually have to get there. Streaming Rapid and Blitz on YouTube.
Kingslayer Sloan.
Now,
John won it in a cereal box.
you are always a pleasure, sir. You are always a pleasure. This event, Control C, copy link address. And this one, copy link.
Kingslayer Sloan.
Said. That's what the FM training's for.
Indeed. I would like an international title that is not V-Day Trainer. Make sure we join this event. Let people know that we're serious. Streaming about the Smith Mora.
Kingslayer Sloan.
Said. WCM.
I think WCM, you definitely qualify for that, Rogan. I think the minimum rating requirement has been met.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
Ha ha.
I think it's 1,800 for the women's candidate master. It might be 1,700.
Kingslayer Sloan.
Said. Good to know.
And then for the women's IM title, it's like 2,000. And for the
Arsenal fan
WGM title, it's about
Said.
2,300.
I am miles away from nanometer title right now.
Well, I think the only reason you're miles away is, if you were to consider yourself miles away, would be the fact that we're busy with life. Life gets in the way. Boris Spassky, for example, my favorite quote, he'll never become world champion. He loves life too much. So meanwhile, I need to go to view, learn, study. Well, viewer studies 2, viewers 2. All right. And you are black, so we need to make this as black. Turn off the engine so we can appreciate it. Uh-oh. Got an echo. So here, as we all know, A6, E6, both are very good. The contention now is, can we just play the very simple bishop to D7, which seems extremely reasonable. We're eliminating one weakness on the open file. We're preventing knight to b5 ultimately. We're preparing knight f6 because knight to b5 no longer has the same effect. So I'm very curious about this. Now it feels to me as though both e6 and bishop d7 is a bit of overkill. Personally, I'm debating whether or not we can get away with g6. I have heard that in some of these lines, perhaps not the d6 line, that g6 is playable.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
That sounds reasonable, yeah.
Hannah Cease beat Jay Bonin. Where did she beat Jay Bonin? Oh, in the... That is true, the WCM title. But Hannah Cease is actually much stronger than WCM. I'll give her that credit. She is... If I were to give her a title without her having to earn it, I could easily give her WIM.
BRB.
All right, sir. So here's the real reason why I believe that knight f6 is more accurate. And that is, if they play queen e2, I want to be able to play bishop to g4. But I don't have a6 in, so there's always this problem. That's a bummer. So I guess it's not exactly the same. I've always wanted to dabble with queen a5 here as well. So we got a6 in. We may need to play e5. Queen to b8. Knight a5. Give back the pawn. Bishop takes. Rook c8. We're going to look at these moves afterwards, by the way. We're going to look at these moves afterwards. This is the standard reply to bishop to f4. And now we play for the win of the bishop pair with knight to g4. White did not get the memo here, but he does have a very dangerous knight to b6, so I think this is forced. I'm sorry, bishop to b6. And now we simply castle, right? There shouldn't be any danger here. We may be able to play king h8 and f5. Still no danger. I still see no threat. Yeah, we might as well. And now king h8 is what I would play next. Yes, he's on the path. He's on the same path. We're all on the same page. So now the moment of truth. Do we take? Oh, it's White's turn. So they actually took. That was really kind of them. We're not giving the pawn back, by the way, because rook a8 skewers. After the move, f takes e4, of course. That way we can meet queen to c4 check with d5. Oh, it's not check. This is a huge pawn mass that has to be clearly better for black. We can even play queen e8, queen b8. I wouldn't disturb this pawn structure just yet. Definitely would not disturb this pawn structure just yet. More than likely play queen to b8, queen to b5, and just keep nursing this pawn structure. Wait for him to play a move like rook to d2 and then play d4. I don't think you have to play d4 just yet. But okay, it looks really good. Rook f6. He went with queen b6, but I might have gone with rook f6. He's still going for the idea of going for this square, perhaps. So remember that I would probably play rook f6 here. Oh, maybe it's not good. Could we elbow our way in? We could also stop on g5. What? Oh no. This is not a real threat. That was unfortunate. A little too cautious, perhaps. But okay. I understand completely. I'm debating whether or not I could play e3 here. e3, and if bishop to e5, e takes f2 check. The other idea in this position is also to play for but he does have a fork with bishop d4. I'm sorry, bishop e5, and bishop takes d4. So maybe it's not all it's cracked up to be. We're actually just up a ton of material. Queen to b5. I think queen to b5, queen f5, or queen d5. I don't want him coming into this square. Also, we don't hang that pawn. But we are threatening to trade, and he did not see that he could trade queens. Nicely done. All right, now let's roll the credits. Time to roll the 5-second to 8-second credits. Let's cover it. I wish they had the oh, these are inaccuracies. Got it. And then blunders. I'm sorry, inaccuracies, mistakes, and then blunders. There was one blunder when he gave up the piece that sent the game spiraling. On Arsenal fans' side, he has 3 inaccuracies. This is one of them. Interesting. This was an inaccuracy. What could it be? I mean, we have such a good game in the 2 bishops that might well be this one. Where is Arsenal fan Richie? We're running out of time. Ah. Thank you, Paul. When did you post your, hold on, when did you post that? 7:09?
Said. Link to the study.
This study or Paul 184 study, Nefedov? Copy URL. The link to the viewer's study is right here.
P. Nephiadov.
Said. I thought it SA Lichus link to Arsenal Richie games.
Oh. It is, oh, that was our 64th, too. That is our 64th. I'm sorry. Oh no. I'm terribly sorry. We did not get a chance to look at it. It's better sometimes to put many of these in the Discord. There's a Golden Games link as well.
Said. Number 64 is highly regarded in chess community.
All right. Let's take a look at our suggestions here. Give everyone a head start in the F takes e4, knight e1, rook a8. Let's do it this way so we can adjust all those terrible assessments. By the way, the terrible assessments here. So here's the first one, d5, queen b3 rolls into this one, right? So d4 was more accurate than bishop to g4. Or bishop g4 is quite annoying, actually. But we're not threatening to play d4 here. I think it does the job. And it does like my idea of sending the queen in this direction. I'm tempted to play f takes e3 first, it seems. I'm sorry, d takes e3, f takes e3. And then bishop takes. I would avoid queen takes e3 because of bishop f3, queen g6 check, and bishop g5 winning.
Said. Richie S. sent.
Yeah, it's unstoppable. I apologize for cutting you off by accident. So he pushes the envelope a little bit too soon, but maybe that is the best move. I did look at bishop h4. That was what we had looked at before. What about queen to e8? Oh, they look at bishop to e8. He doesn't want to play bishop to c5. He doesn't really want to allow bishop to c5 here. Got it. That's why it's better. And in this position, we still have queen to e8. Queen to b8, trying to play c5 as well. Queen to b5 is more accurate. And even here, not queen to b5. They just want us to play d3 and keep on moving, keep on trucking. The idea of d3 is to still play rook takes a3, bishop takes. And we always have bishop to f6 on bishop e5, so he can't do anything about that. Again, I would have played queen to b5 here. Queen a7 is what he chose, which was the best move. And again, e3 comes into the play. And it's game over. Drayden and Sadko. Now this is where the morning dojo fellows start to roll in just a moment.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
Thanks for analyzing it. I didn't expect full game analysis, just thought the opening was quite interesting.
Oh, you know, we didn't get to that. Whoa, 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 whoa. I love the game so much. I enjoyed the game. I actually don't study openings, so I don't have the mentality to go for the opening like that. It just doesn't appeal to me on average. It's just, what is wrong with me? Now, here's a beautiful thing. So let's just see the idea of bishop d7.
Arsenal fan
Bishop
Ricky.
d7 is certainly
Me either.
testing.
I had so long there I wanted to make sure I didn't fall behind in development.
Right. Well, my old line that I used to like was the e6, a6, bishop e7. No. I used to play e6, a6, b5, and rook to a7 and rook to d7, if you remember that line. They used to, there was a game in the chess informant with that line, and whatever I learned in chess informant, it's a good time for a plug again for chess informant. Basically, I learned so much from just going through the 800 games that were offered. And I'm still trying to figure out the... So Arsenal fan Richie is able to comment. Oh, because he's a subscriber. Namaste for the subscription, sir. Because he's a subscriber, he gets TTS. But he's also a mod. So
Arsenal fan
mods...
Said,
OFC best value sub on Twitch.
Thank you so much, Richie. Is it this one? And then b5. And rook a7 is a little extreme, right? Let's look at the Masters database as black, indexing 55 other players. Let's say bishop to b3. Rook a7. Yes, it's been played 30 times. This was the old informant recommendation. If I could even find the year. Chinji played it against, or Friedman played it against Chinji, Rizitano, Zuckerman. Zook the Book. I miss hanging out with Zook the Book. I miss all of my old days. When I first came to New York City, we would do all-night blitz sessions at the Manhattan Chess Club, and then Bill Lombardi, Bernard Zuckerman, and a cast of thousands, as the old Bruce Boyer used to say, would head off to the diner for breakfast. And Ron Young would usually have the amazing fountain of knowledge, and the crew was awesome. One of the classic quotes in those breakfast parlays was when Carl...
Arsenal fan Ricky.
said,
Sound
Yeah. I mean, we learned so much. I mean, we talked chess, we talked stories. Bernard Zuckerman was just the most amazing. He studied with Fischer. He was basically
Arsenal
Fischer's
fan Ricky.
opening book.
said,
Sometimes I feel modern chess is too isolated to make improvement easy despite all the resources.
To make improvement easy, that's interesting that you think from that perspective. So here, knight f6 versus e6. Yeah, e6 is not in the top 5. Uh-oh. We were a little redundant with e6. So the original idea behind knight f6, or even rook c8, I kind of like rook c8 here too, now that I think about it. Tagging that bishop right away. And now if white plays a move like queen to e2, yeah, bishop g4 is not on until we play a6. And bishop g4 is still not on until we play knight f6. Oh, we have to play knight f6 first. This is the line that we were looking at. Yeah, knight f6 first is more to the point. Bishop f4, rook c8, it transposes. Oh yes, and h6 g5. Having that idea in mind is very useful as well. Queen can never really go to d2. All right. Let's see if we can give our regular customers a shot here.
Arsenal fan Ricky
said.
Najdorf style bit scary though with king on e8.
Would you have your king anywhere else in the Sicilian? That's what the small center is all about. Having that little small center to just be able to lock it up whenever necessary. Unless white has f4 in, and so in the Smith-Morra, because the knight's on f3, we don't have a useful e5 or f5 pawn break to open up the center. So therefore, if your knight's on f3, the queen takes d4 on the third move lines against the Sicilian, knight stays on f3. Smith-Morra, the knight's still on f3. There's no f-pawn participation. It just doesn't make sense to me. You're actually losing out on the value of the knight being in the center. It's very sad. Yeah, all of those lines. I mean, I played the d4, queen takes d4
Arsenal
lines
fan
against
Ricky
d6.
Said.
That makes sense. OFC in practice it is still not so simple for black.
Well, as we've learned, everything works. Everything works, especially if you're careful.
Arsenal fan Ricky
Said.
True.
And now...
Arsenal fan Ricky
Said.
You were very perceptive to pick up on my verbiage just now. By the way, I'll meditate on that.
Well, the person who taught me originally was Grandmaster Joel Benjamin. We shared an apartment on West 75th Street in between Columbus and Amsterdam. And every time I said something that inferred, let's just say, a bias in any way, he would always correct me. He was very quick to correct me. He did not let it slip at all. He always was very
Arsenal fan Ricky
on the ball.
Said.
Bias in terms of moves or in general?
Inherent bias. An inherent bias. This is one of those basic crushers in this position that I enjoy so much I can't tell you how much. Everyone thinks they have d4 here, but it just loses the shirt. It isn't that easy at all. Drayden and Sadko drew with each other. That's very cool. So yeah, right now, what you really need to do is avoid that bias. The bias is, unfortunately, in the sense that you have to try not to limit your understanding in such a way that it affects your ability to oh no, my pawn structure. Oh no, no, no. You're really not developing your pieces, sir? I was expecting d6 and bishop e6. Out of the face. And I don't want to waste your time. Let's just keep him from getting over there. I think you forgot about this. This is
Arsenal
going
fan
to
Ricky.
leave a big mark.
Said.
In a way, it limits my understanding in what it takes to improve or general chess understanding.
Imagine that it's setting a ceiling for you. It's setting a little bit of a roadblock toward unlocking. This is one of the reasons why I do appreciate some aspects, let's say, of some ridiculous thing like Scientology. Because the moment you say something out loud, let's just say, oh, I always lose positions like these. The moment you say that out loud, you're making something real that doesn't need to be real. You don't always lose positions like those
Arsenal
for the
fan
average
Ricky.
person. Perception.
Said.
Perception is reality
Exactly.
and all that.
Absolutely. And I would even call it, if you haven't done a little bit of a deep dive into, or even a casual dive into NLP, because basically it's just a form of neuro-linguistic programming where you have to pay attention to what the words really mean to you and how they affect you. So the moment you say something, you are making it absolute. Even if it's a joke. Everybody's, oh, I'm just joking. No, you're not joking. You're saying what you are saying. We're going to go with the double fianchetto. Can I? Would love to play f5 here, but it's awkward, certainly disrespectful. Knight f6 was probably, or knight c6 was probably better. Actually, knight to c6 could have been met by e5. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Knight f6 was probably still the right move there. But you do have to learn all of the Sicilians. You can't be afraid of any one particular Sicilian at the same time either. Like everyone who says, oh, the dragon, yada, 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 or this, yada, yada, yada. All right, well, we'll take this opportunity to deep dive into our opponent's position. That was very kind of him. He had to play d4 there, in my opinion. I don't even need to say, in my opinion. When I say something, it's obviously my opinion. I really dislike writers. I was reading something. Maybe it was a preface to The Queen's Indian by Michael Royce, Grandmaster, uh, opening repertoire slash quality chess publishing. And in the preface, he's saying, in my opinion, this, or I think that. And you don't really need to say any of that, to be honest. You just don't need to say it. It doesn't need to be said. I did blunder there, by the way. I
Arsenal
blundered a
fan
pawn.
Ricky.
Said.
That's true. It's a form of self-censorship.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
I often say take it with a pinch of salt.
All right, let's go for it. Let's see if we can
Arsenal
snag a
fan Ricky.
piece.
Said.
Which is something similar.
It looks like he's lost it, and now he's losing it. We're totally winning on move 13 here. Yeah, we'll toss in the thank you very much for this piece. Would you like to take a rook, sir? We have more coming. Where that came from. I'm sure you'll enjoy this. I'm sure this all will be just enjoyable. Would you like to? I would love to help you. We have more where that came from, it seems. All right, so now let's keep tagging. Activation is key. Do I wish to do this to him now? I don't know if it's the right thing. Bishop to b5, or do we? All right, we haven't used any of our time yet. 4 minutes and 50 seconds, and we haven't used any of our time. I'm disrespecting my opponent totally here. What is his threat? To play d5? Let's just lock down. Let's just lock down here. Well, that was kind of him. Is there something that I'm missing? I don't think so. I think he has a little bit of a problem on his hands. He could have moved his rook on the pre-move, right? Could have moved his rook. My bishop goes to f1, and then he takes my queen. That would have been very cool and cute and nice, it seems like.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
This sounds like a good subject for a podcast also.
It has to be included. Absolutely has to be included. Where are you going? What does it all mean? Oh, no, I really do want to skewer you to the pawn on c3. Feel free to trade pieces anytime. Anytime. Don't let me stop you. I'm threatening something you have to defend. Now we'll maneuver our rook to the right square. Offering more trades. Constantly improving our pieces. I had one more rook left to give for my position. One more rook left to give for my position. I do need to run my grandson to school. Unfortunately. I do need to check on that. I don't know if they closed the door or not. Let me be right back.
Arsenal fan Ricky
said.
Okay.
It is on the podcast with Rogan is on a hiatus until the fascist regime is removed from the United States. You know, we have a limit on free speech here. So because we have no free speech in this fascist regime, we have to be respectful of the great leader and not do this podcast temporarily. I'll be right back. I'm going to get coffee too while I'm at
Arsenal fan Ricky
said.
Sarcastic great.
Let's see if we can watch Draydan versus Viking. Please take your time, guys. Did we? I would love to hear more about that. That's more like it. I would like to hear more about that. Let's see if I have to run him right away or if I can run him at 5 minutes to 8, which is my plan. My wife took the car. I'm glad that Drayden got something out of it. It's just such an easy way to take the pawn and just develop your pieces and not worry about it, because white gets nothing out of the Smith Morra, to be honest. So this is the original Benoni. The modern Benoni with knight f6 is waiting for white to put a pawn on c4. And ultimately, that went by the wayside for the Nimzo-Indian move order, knight f6 and e6, waiting for white to play knight f3 in the truly modern Benoni. So we could call this a classical Benoni. This is probably the best way to do it. I am going to keep the pressure on. I'm going to take that bishop pair. No, watch out for everything that I do. No move is casual. Always respect your opponent's ideas. Never ever take your eye off of your opponent's true intentions. If you want to be a stronger player, you have to realize that your opponent is there to beat you. He's not there to help you win. No, we're going to get him to... I agree with you. All exchanges are good for me. All exchanges are bad for you unless you know why they are good for you. But once you are up in material, the vast majority of exchanges are good for you. So if he uses any amount of time to try to take my bishop with the knight, which in normal circumstances I would be averse to. Is that a really useful move? I don't think so, time. Well, now it's a good move. Knight e4 was going to stuff me in a way.
Arsenal fan Ricky
said.
That's true, Paul.
I do want to trade queens here. even after losing, even after losing a pawn. After having my very first experience being up an exchange with an even-numbered pawns on the same side of the board, I've come to the conclusion that I can win nearly every single exchange up endgame with a variety of pieces on both sides of the board, certainly with pawns on both sides of the board, provided I get rid of or bother my opponent in a way. Wow. 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 Wow.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
No need to pre-move.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
You got time.
He did have the very pesky knight to e4, threatening knight to c3, but fortunately I have and had that move as well. And I still have it, interestingly enough. Rook 2. Let's regroup.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
Was that move QF4?
Yes. Keeping a lid on the option of playing. Now where are you going? Knight f4? Knight c3. I see. Just have to remember that we're playing against the clock. I prefer all of my games to be accountable, so I really don't like playing pickup games in any way, shape, or form, it seems. This is going to test him and his ability to play. I feel like there's a problem here that we have not taken into account, but we'll see if our opponent realizes it as well. That I wasn't just preventing knight e4.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
Yes.
D3 was playing for this.
The limiting of his rook's movement from the back rank. I'm so sorry, Drayden. You are a good player, man. I know you are a good player. The hard part is, when I played Gadakamsky, when I played Judith Polgar, they made me look like a total beginner because for some reason I could not play good chess against them. It's crazy. They carry with them an aura, you know? And that aura is brutal. It is a hard thing to overcome. Let's take a quick look at this one since the pairings are closed. This is the old Benoni, right? The old Benoni. So I guess we could say this is the old Benoni.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
At what point does aura prevent you playing above your own level then?
There's a great illustration in the Larry Evans book on, I don't know if his co-author was Robert Byrne, but they had a diagram every move. And all of the illustrations, the artwork in that book was priceless. And that was the aura that Spassky was facing from Fischer, the rays coming from him, right? He felt this aura coming at him and he didn't know how to describe it. So they began searching for electromagnetic waves and they examined the light bulb that sat above Fischer's table. And they found, of course, something very suspicious. There were 2 dead flies in the light fixture.
Said.
I heard that Brown had a similar type of emission during his games.
Yes, absolutely. Walter Brown had it. He was a beast. He was a beast. I enjoyed every moment in watching his games. I never got... Oh, actually, I take that back. I did draw with Walter Brown on the white side of a Najdorf. I got to repeat the position when he was putting a rook on the 7th rank, on my 2nd rank, and I got to repeat the position. Unfortunately, I also played the Najdorf against him the previous day, and he obliterated me. And after that, we actually became friends. This was the U.S. Open in 1988, and I played him in a simul, so I knew Walter Brown from early on in my East Coast living career. And then I later worked with him and for him on the World Blitz Chess Association ratings and the bulletin. So I had my first experience with publications and distribution working for Walter Brown in 1989, 1990. And then I worked on my prize. Try to pull these out very gently because they are collector's items. This is Chess Chow. Chess Chow magazine was a magazine that was produced by International Master Mark Ginsburg, absolutely hysterical fellow. The chief editor, of course, was Grandmaster Joel Benjamin. I did not get as high a billing as I probably should have because I did have a little bit of content contribution. But in 1993 and thereabouts, we had Chess Chow magazine. Basically, this is the trophy with which Gadakamsky was presented with in the Jacksonville 1994 U.S. Championship. And in this this trophy depicts the Heineken bottle with a napkin wrapped around it, and it basically Gadakamsky wanted a trophy, not necessarily just a check for winning the U.S. Championship knockout format that year. And Grandmaster John Fedorowicz sent this over to Gadakamsky's table with a congratulations. Congratulations, Gada.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
Ha.
Actually, it was 1991. Now that I look at the this was October, November of 1991, and we ran for several years. This was 1993, the cover. That's what led me to believe. Chess Chow magazine from 1992. The late Grandmaster and dear friend, Grandmaster Alex Scherzer, whom I got the chance to study with, and he was a good friend while he was around. Died too young, unfortunately. Here we have a picture of Shabalov, the late Grandmaster Alex Wojtkiewicz, Jan Elvest, John Fedorowicz. I think they are in Trinidad. Oh, in St. Martin. They're in St. Martin on the cover of this magazine. This is May through June of 1993. I'm not sure what strength Weber was, WP Weber, but we have
Arsenal
good
fan
friend
Ricky.
Grandmaster Larry
Set.
Christensen.
Those are probably worth a pretty penny now, I should think.
A typical John Fedorowicz face. If I'm hoping that you can actually see it properly, but they're all trying to look mean, I guess. Then we have ace reporter Sarah Christopher, who changed her name when she was married. I'm drawing a blank on who it is. If anyone does not know International Master Mark Ginsburg, oh my God, he is jaw-numbingly funny. Such a funny, super uber smart individual. I hope his son Rocky and the family are doing well. Here he is on the cover with Harriet Hunt at a very young age.
Matcha latte Bob.
Said.
Hello, Mr. MacArthur.
I have more than this. I don't know that I have a complete collection,
Arsenal
though.
fan Ricky.
Said.
You gotta do something to make up for the Ginsburg name.
I've got to do something to make up for the Ginsburg name. It's 8:06 and I haven't advertised our Blitz Arena. Once again, Pillsbury has
Arsenal
won
fan
first.
Ricky.
Said.
Ah,
Ruth Bader DW.
I wasn't sure we were headed to the Supreme Court. There's a little bit of a non sequitur there. But, yeah, no, Mark Ginsburg is absolutely hysterical. I am not sure that every Ginsburg that I've known has been relatively smart. There's another famous Ginsburg that I'm thinking of. So let's head over to the Blitz. It's in 7 minutes, everyone.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Control C.
Said.
Alan.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Yes, Alan
Said.
Ginsburg.
Author right.
Yes, also very on the ball, perceptive. So here we go. We have how do I get rid of these turbo drops? 3 available drops available to me. I don't need that. 15% off the Crunchyroll merch store, and there are drops that I should offer to viewers, right? I don't know who does Crunchyroll, but YouTube. Let's get that link in here
Arsenal fan
again.
Ricky.
Said.
Sounds delicious.
And the event in 7 minutes. Copy link address. I wish they could include the name of the tournament in the link. Anyway, getting back to where we were. Where were we? We were actually discussing the Benoni. which was a really, really useful subject because the Benoni is a valid, very valid fighting tool against d4. Many people discount it. I'm trying to think if it's the first game in Larry Evans's Modern Chess Brilliancies where Tal wins a beautiful game. With the weakness of the square f2, he sacrifices a knight. It's a beautiful thing. As black, I think it's Gurganidze Tal. And from Modern Chess 101 Modern Chess Brilliance. It's an absolute gem of a book. Tremendous learning material in there. Absolutely priceless. Highly recommended. 101 Modern Chess Brilliancies. Every game in there. Oh my God. Brutality all around. How are we doing on desktop audio? No, huh? I don't see the desktop audio coming through. What's going on here? The microphone seems to be picking up on it. No one's hearing the music,
Arsenal
right?
fan Ricky
said.
On what?
I was just seeing that my desktop audio was not there, so the TTS may not have been heard. I don't necessarily know if anyone was hearing the TTS. I wouldn't even mind if I was the only one who heard the TTS, and that way it would be a little bit fair for everyone.
Arsenal fan Ricky
said.
Me either.
Two arena victories in one day. That's jinxing it. That's jinxing it. Thanks, buddy. So meanwhile, back at the ranch. I was going to post to Discord, actually. So I did not do because I got distracted by the... Now, it's no longer event in 7 minutes. It's more like event in 3 minutes. So here we go. So the old Benoni was thought to be rather dubious because in these circumstances, white can get the move e4 in, followed by f4, and it is quite difficult. I don't think f4 is as good now. But let's just say that we take it from a different perspective. In this position, I believe in the power of f4, just because black has such a closed position. And we have a threat of playing e5 and e6 after bishop to b5 check that is very difficult to meet. Therefore, black usually plays a6 to prevent this, and white continues developing in a supremely comfortable fashion. So ultimately, as it turns out, this is the old Benoni, and in order to make it palatable in the 1950s, Tal, Spassky, and everyone, including Benko, and that will be referenced in a moment, basically waited for the move c4 before they started playing c5, and then you could chip away at the center, or you could play the Benko gambit, things like that, because you actually have something to play for. White has wasted time moving 2 pawns instead of developing their pieces. Uh-oh, I should make sure that I have joined this arena. I realize that I have not yet joined the arena. Streaming on Benoni Matters at the moment. Let's go back. So ultimately, yes, waiting for c4, but as it turns out, that's not enough. Because even after the move e6, knight to c3, e takes d5, c takes d5, d6, e4, g6 runs into f4. And black gets squashed in so many ways with the threat of bishop to b5 check. The floor McKenna's variation is actually quite good too. The McKenna's attack is also very good, just pushing e5 on the seventh move. So today, the true modern Benoni waits for white to commit a knight to f3, as Magnus Carlsen and many others have done, and now, without the move of f4, the position is relatively equal. The main line being e5, e takes, c takes, d6. Although I did run into some problems with e4 in this position. This is a useful tool for everyone to know. Especially those players who specialize in knight f3 without knight c3. We'll get over there to the arena in just a moment. But ultimately, after d6, let's say knight c3, g6, e4, bishop to g7, there's the h3 and bishop d3 line. Now we have to wait for the bishop to go to d3 in these positions because we would like to play the move b5, which to me is relative equality. The b5 is played, you know, there's a lot of tedious there are quite a number of tedious lines, but whether or not white takes on e5 with the knight or the bishop,
Arsenal
it doesn't
fan
matter.
Said.
PTSD in this line.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
Played computer in it last night, gonna go for the day.
Arsenal fan
Oh
Ricky.
no, I'm so sorry.
Said.
Take care and thanks, John, you are appreciated.
Namaste, Richie. I apologize for the lack of communication on the podcast front, but life is busy until this last championship is over. Once Austin is out of the way, once Austin, Texas is out of the way, I'll be able to breathe. I'll actually have a normal schedule again, because right now I'm pushing everyone around.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
That's okay, it is indeed busy. I'll try and stream anyways.
Absolutely. That sounds great, man. Hopefully I'll catch you tonight. I might be in Austin by then. Actually, your late night will be earlier. I might be at the airport. But no,
Arsenal
you should
fan
just set a schedule for yourself.
Said.
Namaste.
Namaste, Richie. Namaste. You should definitely just set a schedule for yourself. I noticed that one of my favorite streamers is streaming only once a week. Z-Bean is only streaming once a week, but at least she's still streaming. Crescentine should be also on a schedule because she has a really huge community that she should check in with. And it's nice to know where we'll be at a given moment. So set your schedule. If this evening, every Thursday evening is good for you, you should definitely do it. Just put it on the calendar, let the wife know, let the daughter know.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
And they'll help
plan.
you. They'll help you. My wife always asks me when I'm accidentally sleeping in, like on a Wednesday morning after league, are you streaming today? Aren't you supposed to be streaming today? Ironworks. Thank you, Paul. I'm always looking for that. When I was in Nashville, we went to a couple of places. One was a little more rustic. The other one was a little too nice. But hanging out with Todd Andrews in Nashville was priceless. He's gone a little extreme lately, it looks like, and people have always told me that he's been extreme, but I get along with everybody, so it's not a big deal. Namaste, Arsenal fan. We're playing Crystal Palace in 2 weeks, on the 24th, I think. Ah, this move. If you wish to give up the bishop pair, I will help you. I could have played that move first there. It
ZBKXDN.
seems that this is working.
Said.
How do you get better at mid-game play?
I highly recommend that you study the games of the truly great players, to be honest. You just have to study the games of the truly great players. I don't wish to lose control of the e5 square. Wow, that was so kind of my opponent. What was up with that? My knight is struggling to get into the game, and my opponent says, you know, let me do you a solid. Let me do you a solid and help you out. Can I get a little more frisky here? What are you doing? I don't know, but it hurts me so to see you doing that. I don't know. Where are you going? I don't get it. I don't get it. But I will wait and see what happens. Right now he has so many pieces that don't have any squares. He's got a collective number of pieces that seem to only have one square each. I'm not recapturing here with the bishop, by the way. I'm tempted to take that bishop and stuff it where you know it. But I'm not going to take it yet. Oh, I don't have the move. I thought I wished I had it, but I will do. Just this may be. This is the shot, I think. This can't be. This can't be copyright free. It sounds like 21 Pilots, right? We're always looking for more weaknesses. I wish I had done it better, but it was annoying here. It seems I can't play b5. I was going to play b5, and on queen takes b5, knight takes b2 here, but it doesn't look right. Alright, fine. I will get this piece into the mix, it seems. But he has one chance only, and one chance only to d4. Takes and takes here, takes here. Oh, I have to watch out. He has it more. Where is this knight going? I do not know. It seems like it has its own problems. And where bishop will be clear. Probing weaknesses further. Uh-oh. I almost forgot. I did. I almost forgot that I have to watch out for this. This is a blitz game. All right, let's just go for it. We're going to trade some of these weaknesses just in case. Really? He's got 3 on that, huh? Okay, fine. Crispo is always dangerous. Really? Can I do that? Oh no, I can't do it. All I had to do was move my queen, darn it. Nicely done, sir. You got me. That was a terrible move. My d8 rook was hanging. Did Crispo get it from Viking? Good luck, Viking. You're very kind, Crispo. I'm just old and slow. Old and slow. Oh, very nice. Got a Viking under your belt. After this is over, I'm going to download all of my games and do the true assessment on 1d4, how many times I've played d4 on the first move, and get the true assessment on everything. What is up with these Benonis? Is there a book that I don't know about? Even Alekhine was playing this way, by the way. Even Alekhine was playing this way. Knight a6 was probably a better move there, by the way. And if you are going to give away the bishop pair, please do. We may have a sealer sweeper coming up, folks. All right, let's go for it. The sealer sweeper, just because he's threatening to play what I think he's playing, it doesn't really matter here, but I want to have a good square for my pieces, so you know it. The sealer, by the way, is on the long bishop's diagonal. Wow. I don't even know what to say in this case. Is it because he thinks that I'm taking my bishop off the subject here? It's fascinating what he thinks he can get away with. B5. Well, I don't want to miss the chance to move my pieces the way I want to. Are you going to go for that? Don't have much a choice. Where are you going? It seems like you're asking for it. I don't understand. All of these weaknesses, sir. Yes. I understand now. Oh, I see. A very annoying this and a very annoying that. I am concerned. I am a little concerned here. I am a little concerned here. Am I worried about this? Yes, I should be. What a bummer. I guess my opponent is a decent sort. I shouldn't disrespect him. All the pawns on the same side of the board are good for me now. All the pawns are on the same side of the board now. Uh-oh. Now I really do have a problem, Houston. What? You played that move? You played that move, sir. Wow, I can't believe this really happened to me now. Do we really do it again? Dude. Can't believe I went from dead lost here to there. It seems like it was all too much. Wow. The Benoni goes down again by accident. Winning the games I'm losing, and losing the games I'm winning. Who says there's no luck in chess? Who says there's no luck in chess? You don't understand why black didn't play bishop takes b4. Hold on 1 second. Let's go back. Let's cover the moves as best we can, it seems. I'm going to turn off the analysis and the library. And cover the moves. So why black didn't play... It's alright. I was just getting waxed here. I'm so lost. I'm so very close to lost. The sealer sweeper did its job. That pawn was a pain in the butt all the way to the very end. Ah yes, I remember where it was that you said he didn't take on b4. Because I played b5, right? So I'm fighting my way back to equality. This was a really sad move. But I was indeed a little concerned. I just have to keep moving up with my pawn. I need to create counterplay. I think I'm quite equal in this position if I just keep my head about me here. All I have to do is keep my head about me here, but I did this. And this is a blunder because the outside pass pawn does create enough counterplay. I should just play g3 here. Maybe I can't play g3 here. Maybe I have to play h4. To equalize, I think I just have to play h4. He has the wrong colored rook pawn, so I just need to fix that pawn in place, then play g3 on the next move. The reason I don't like this one is because when he takes, I can just take. Never mind, I'm hallucinating everything. It really doesn't matter whether I play h4 or g3. It really doesn't matter. If his bishop gets distracted, this pawn runs up the board, but with all the pawns on the same side of the board, I get to capture this pawn. But, and then I blundered here. I really should have, oh, I couldn't play this. I couldn't just play this. It was really annoying. And he didn't play bishop takes b4. You're absolutely right. Now we're back to equal all the way to this moment when the pawn is within reach of my knight. Because I really can't get in. I can't move my king away from this pawn. I can't move this pawn either. The moment he plays this, any move is probably better. Probably better. Oh, really? It's not that move. It is it. All I have to do is move back. Oh, I can't move my king anywhere. I don't want him to queen at the same time with check. Yeah, white is winning. But how? G3 it is, huh? H takes G3, H4. Oh my gosh! And the knight just moves back and forth. Of course, this is a beautiful position. Pawn promotion. Definitely learned something there. I have the outside pass pawn when he plays h4. I hallucinated the wrong plan, and he allowed me to execute it. Victor, Victor, Vic, Vic, Viking, Viking. I'm barely hanging on. Crispo plowed through me. Who is here to play me? Crispo can sit on his laurels for another 10 minutes. Viking, Viking is not around. I take that back. All right. I apologize, Viking, Viking. No. Can I get here really? Then I get there. Interesting. And the subject. I have to remember that I've berserked. Nothing fancy here. We've got Crispo, Viking, Viking. Iceman left the arena, and he never played. All right, wise guy. Registering and then not pausing or never playing. So Iceman is now Zopa. Same problem. Control C. Where are we in the dojo? It's the only dojo he used to be a member of. And Ram Kumar Genius is here. Drelkor. All right. Moment of truth. We're playing the Sicilian. Tired of bad positions? Play the main lines. We're playing E6. Got a new flavor. Fever for the flavor. I don't know what I would do on D4 there. That was also bad because of what I did. I allowed knight to B5, which is craziness. You can already tell how much better our opponent is in this position. Something's wrong with this picture here. It is a true bummer here. True bummer here. Oh, is that what you're doing? I see. I see, said the blind man. That's what you were threatening. You were threatening to win a rook. Wow, that was crazy. Very, 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 very inhospitable of you, sir. Fair enough. Oh no, did I do that? It looks like I did that, didn't it? Doesn't it? So he didn't take it at first, but he could take it later. I don't like it. I don't like it. He's got that knight check. I'm going to pretend like we can still batten down some hatches here. Interesting. I don't know if I have a choice here. I have to take that. I feel like I might have to take that. The only square I got, it's gonna have to do, it seems. All right, moment of truth, everyone. Here, there, takes with check. Very annoying. Yes, indeed, it seems. Fair enough. Here a check, there a check. Yeah, I did blunder that, didn't I? Nicely done, sir. Nicely done. Very well done. Have I still not checked into my flight today? Namaste, everyone. At least I climbed back to second place. Somehow. With a win there, I might have been able to... Would I have? Yes, I would have. That was huge. That was a huge finish. Could not do the hat trick, unfortunately. Thank you so much, buddy. I have to decide what I'm going to do. So please check in on the socials for anyone who's not already following Master Chess Dojo on nearly all platforms, including Kingslayer Sloan's favorite, Blue Sky. So, meanwhile, where are we? Who is streaming? What's going on here now? Looking for someone. I'm sorry I haven't gotten a chance to add all of those previous birthdays that you gave me just yet, Paul. I've been too busy. But I will get to it, man. I will get to it, I promise. I am going to. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It's come all this way after Hans Niemann won his favorite. Won the Poland Superbet Classic or whatnot. I have to say, I'm very impressed. He's starting to make his own. Namaste, everyone. William Steinitz. You made this chess world possible with your scientific approach, your publications, Chess World Magazine, your theoretical, dogmatic stances fired many people up. You will be remembered. You have stamped your name timelessly in the annals of history. Have a great day, everyone.